You guys are tuning in to 1350 AM. I am your host, Jamisha Salette, along with my co-hosts. Put an S on that now. We have a new addition. We have Miss Cantrella Kennedy and our newest addition, Miss Angela Bryant. She has been our faithful, what do you want to call her? We don't want to call you a fan. We want to call you
servant. That's all it's been.
Oh my God.
That works too.
Greatest of these, the servants of all. Lord, I thank you. But she confirmed, Lord, that she's going to be a part of the Divine Destiny team. So we are excited. Welcome, Angela. Okay, we missed you guys last week. But first of all, wait. How was everybody's day? Everybody had a good day?
I had a great day. It was long, but it was good.
Okay, all right.
My day was trying, but it was a great day. I ain't gonna lie right now, but it was a great day.
Right. I hear you. Mine was too. And just to let you guys know that this show, like last week's show, is a pre-recorded show. I have to go out of town this coming weekend. So on today, I will actually be attending a wedding. So I just want to say congratulations to my sister-in-law. She is so sweet. I want to put her out there. She might be hating on me. So anyways, I know today is going to be beautiful. So I know as I'm speaking, you're getting ready for your wedding, and I know this has been a long anticipated day. So I just want to give a shout out and love to Miss Sierra Benjamin. And so last week we were not here because we attended P3's 3rd annual women's conference. It was awesome. Let me tell you something about this co-host, guys, Cantrella.
Oh, Lord.
You are going to make her an Oscar. And it's not going to be this little itty-bitty little gold man. We're going to find us a nice size. We're going to make her a woman Oscar. What's with the lady? You know what I'm saying? The girl is bad. She is awesome. We are working on a DVD to put together for those of you that missed it, and also for those of us that just want to keep the memories. So you guys just stay in tune and get ready for that. We'll be letting you know when that DVD is going to be coming out. Hopefully within the next 2 weeks we'll have it available and ready. But for those of you that missed it, you missed an awesome thing. But we're going to put the pictures, some of the pictures up. We can't give you everything. Some of the pictures are going to be up on p3women.com. That is p3women.com, so that you can view the photos. And we've already slated the date for next year. So for those of you like Miss Angela, we'll let you know in a year in advance that we have already scheduled, same place, Riverside Community Center, same time, 10 to 2, and it will be March 10th, 2012. So for those of you that missed it, you're getting a year notice, March 10th, 2012. It'll be the 4th annual P3 Women's conference, and we are definitely excited about that. We'll give you more information. She's started with my dress already. Okay. Well, my day was a little trying as well, but you know, by the grace of God, we make it through. Amen. And actually, I'm having to deal with somebody on this very topic that we're discussing. So you know, sometimes the Holy Spirit give you stuff and put that mirror in front of you so you can check yourself.
That's right.
But anyway, in case you're wondering what that topic is, we are talking about forgiveness today. So, for those of you that may be harboring some bitterness in your heart, some unforgiveness, some love that you've been holding back, that you know you need to just relinquish, we are talking about forgiveness today. If you have time, you can go on to our YouTube page. It's actually under our P3 Women channel, and we talked about forgiveness, but we also talked about forgiving ourselves as well. So if you just want to go on and see those two segments, you can check that out on the P3 Women channel. So, ladies, forgiveness. All right. Anybody want to give a definition of that? What you feel forgiveness? What does forgiveness mean to each one of you guys?
To me, just letting go and leaving it there. But the second part is always really hard for a lot of people, especially myself. But I have a feeling we're going to get into that a little later. So I'm going to just leave it there.
Okay, that's something, because that's what I would have said. Just letting go of whatever it is, whether it's bitterness, some situation that came where you were hurt, or an offense that came, or how somebody treated you, an actual act. So letting go of whatever that thing is, and not allowing it to hold you in the past to move forward, because that's what it does. It's keep you in that moment of whatever happened.
And I'll have to say, I'm living that moment right now, because I'm just going to, you know me, I'm very transparent. And I have a lady on my job, I was talking to you guys about it on was it Thursday?
Thursday.
Yeah. We had auditions for the play for the conference, and I was wanting to get out. I like to take care of my people. When they come in together and it's after work, I like to feed everybody, make sure everybody's good. And so I was trying to go and do what I had to do, and I wanted to be out at 5. And the lady that's there, she's supposed to help out and make sure everything is done. And all of a sudden, all these patients' folders start hitting my desk at like 4:50. So she came in my office and she stood there looking at all the papers on my desk, and I said, I got to get out of here. I got something I need to do. And they know me. I was hired. I told them when I was hired at 5 o'clock, I'm out. There's plenty of days that I stay, but when I have something to do, they know that I'm out because there's someone else there, namely her, that is supposed to stay.
Right.
And so anyway, I'm working, I'm processing, I'm doing all the stuff, and I'm looking at the clock. It's like 1 minute go by, 3 minutes go by. And I'm like, So there was a guy standing there, and I'm asking him, what happened to him. I'm not going to say her name. I asked, well, what happened? Where is she? Because I'm waiting for her to come back and say, okay, what do you need help with? So I'm waiting, and he walked down and came back and stood in my office door, and he was like, she left. I said, what? I was like, are you serious? What do you mean she left? And it was like, I can't explain to you what came up in me. And it was the fact that I am such a team player.
Right.
And the fact that I knew you stood here and you heard me tell you what I had to do. And you just walked out. I mean, if you would have saw how she left her office, it was like somebody came and they were afraid for their life, and they just ran and just left everything in disarray.
Wow.
I was so mad I took a picture of her desk. That's how I was so mad. But I really was. I was upset, but I had to hold myself because I'm like, you know what? I know this is nothing but the enemy, because I know that we have things that we need to do.
Right.
And there's things that I need to do, as a leader. And right now, I'm not acting like one.
Right.
And I just had all my frustrations all pinned up. I'm like, okay, gotta release before I get there, because we got work to do. This is ministry that we're doing. I don't want to get there all, and I shared with the ladies, and we laughed about it. I was on my way to work, and when I got there, I was hoping, I can't say I was hoping she wouldn't be there. I knew she was going to be there. But I was hoping that that my attitude would be different, because I was fine all weekend, but I was feeling it. So when I got there, she wasn't there, and eventually when she came in, I realized that all those feelings were still there. And she would not look at me. She would not acknowledge me. Nothing.
Wow. She already knew.
And she knew. And actually, it was funny because I was sitting at my desk. You know how you feel somebody looking? And I happened to see her at the corner of my eye. She leaned her head sideways and tried to is she there? And so I looked up and I saw her. She walked away. She didn't say anything. So all day, it's like she was sending emails with things that she would normally call or get up and come and say. I got 50 emails.
Oh, wow.
With her back and forth. Wow. And so needless to say, I had to set a little stubbornness in there too, but I wanted to see how long it was going to take her to say something. And it still took me today to say something to her, work-related.
Wow.
Work-related. Not to have any personal conversation or anything like that, because she knew she was wrong. And I think she's on her way out. This is her last week. And Friday. Well, we're Saturday now, but you know what I mean. Is her last day. And, sometimes when people, when they turn in their 2 weeks notice and it's that final week, they kind of start detaching themselves and they get lax. And I started seeing a lot of that. But God told me, despite what she does and how she acts, do not let her leave this place without talking to her. Right. And you apologize to her. Even though you weren't wrong, you apologize to her, because that needs to be broken before she leaves. And so, I'm a work in progress. I mean, every day, because my heart is not I do not have a callous heart, and I'm not a grudgeful heart at all. But thinking on this topic and looking it up and reading the scriptures really convicted me. And because my thing is, I just want to see how long are you going to be that hard to walk around and not take the time. But at the same time, she's not a Christian.
Right.
I don't know what all she knows. And so it's like when we as Christians expect for the world to understand how we think or how we operate. So me sitting around waiting on her is really out of the will of God, because she's never going to just jump over, to what my expectations are, because she doesn't have that conviction of the word.
Exactly. Yeah, that's a whole other dynamic.
Yes,
I didn't know she wasn't saved.
Right.
And
so, exactly. So, but with all that being said, I believe that forgiveness is definitely what you guys said. Laying it down, leaving it alone. not holding that grudge, not letting really a day pass.
Right.
I mean, 30 minutes, pass. And I mean, sometimes things are harder to deal with than others depending on what it is. And, we dealt with just talking about things that people do to hurt you. We tend to put somebody's stomach growling? we tend to put I don't know if you want to say levels or weights on things, and God says that sin is sin. Yeah. So in that, we as our human nature, we would think, like somebody did something to my child, they lied on my child. That's different from somebody trying to kill my child, to me. You know what I mean? But a lie and murder in the eyes of God is the same. But our human nature, we put weights on things really quick. And so because of that, depending on what it is, we usually take a longer amount of time, to forgive. So we just hope that today, for those of you that are listening, that you get a better understanding of what it takes and understand that you can do it. And we understand that it can be hard, but we can do all things through Christ.
Amen.
We can do all things through Christ. And so I don't know, but you guys want to share anything before we really, get into scriptures and everything, or you want to just start with Mark 11:25? Because this is really foundational before we can do anything.
Well, my thought is how I kind of process this, because I've had to deal with a lot of forgiveness issues in my life. And just learning me, I observe that before we even get to the forgiveness part of it, or having to ask for forgiveness or having to receive forgiveness for somebody else, it's not, the majority of the time it's in anger that we do things that we have to get forgiveness for, or when we're experiencing those different things, it's when we're experiencing the emotion of anger, and that itself is not sin. It's what we do when we experience those emotions.
Angry but sin not.
Right. So I think, just trying to understand how your body reacts and what you do when you're experiencing anger will kind of help you not even get to the forgiveness phase of it,
Right.
So
that is so true, is what we do, how we react to it, when it comes. And a lot of times when it comes, it's unexpected.
Right.
So, it's easy to say, well, if something happens, I'll act like this, not act like that. Right. Yeah. So, because you never prepared for everything. In the real world, you don't know what's going to take place.
Exactly.
And that's how the devil like to do it. He like the shock factor, because the shock factor causes you to step out of the will of God with the quickness.
Yeah, right. He wants, that's like his way of trying to get us out of character.
Right.
When you're off guard or whatever, but...
Right, exactly right. Because I'm going to tell you, the first thing I said to the gentleman when he told me that she left, I looked at him, I said, "Are you serious?" And he was like, "Yeah, that was pretty bad. She shouldn't just left with you with all this stuff like that." I said, "You know what? Ooh, she better be glad I'm a Christian, because I got to say some stuff right now." And then it was funny because he was like, "Well, thank you for not saying that out of the will, my Christian sister." And I didn't even know he was a Christian. He just started.
Oh, wow.
Oh my God. But again, I laughed because that would have been my opportunity to really show out. You know what I mean? Really show out, and for him to later on find out she's a Christian and say, "Oh, I remember my first day when I started. Woo,
she was going on."
Is that right? So I thank God for that. So even though I had my moment, I'm glad that I channeled it properly.
Right.
Because that could have been really ugly. But I'm going to read Mark 11:25, and then we're going to go to a break, and we're going to just get deeper into talking about forgiveness and sharing some of the things that we've had to forgive, and things that things or situations or people that we have had, to forgive us for things that we've done. So, both sides of the story. So Mark 11:25 says, "And when ye stand praying, forgive if ye have aught against any, that your Father also which is in heaven may forgive you for your trespasses." So before I go to break, I just want to leave this thought. If we want forgiveness, we got to give it first.
That's right.
So we'll be back.